Welcome to our deep dive into the engine room of artificial intelligence. In the vast landscape of supervised learning, where we train models on labeled data, two architectures stand as the fundamental pillars: classification and regression. While they both belong to the same family, their objectives are polar opposites. One seeks to group things into discrete buckets, while the other attempts to map out a continuous spectrum of values. For any professional looking to integrate AI into their workflow, understanding this distinction is the first step toward effective model selection. Today, we will break down the math, the algorithms, and the real-world applications of these two distinct predictive approaches to help you decide which tool is right for your next data-driven project. Classification is essentially the model's way of asking, which group does this belong to? It focuses on mapping input variables to discrete output variables. Think of it as a decision maker that assigns a label to an observation. This can be as simple as binary classification. Is this email spam, 1, or not spam, 0? Or it can be multi-class classification, where we might categorize an image as a dog, cat, or bird. The goal here is to establish a decision boundary that clearly separates different classes based on their features. In the tech world, this powers everything from biometric security to content moderation systems. While classification is about buckets, regression is about the line. In a regression model, the output is a continuous real value. Think of things that can be measured on a scale rather than just counted as this or that. We aren't asking what kind, we are asking how much. If you are predicting the temperature tomorrow, the price of a stock, or the square footage of a building, you are in the realm of regression. The model looks for the relationship between independent variables and a dependent numerical variable, aiming to minimize the distance between its predictions and the actual data points. It is the gold standard for forecasting and trend analysis. The fundamental difference between these two paradigms lies in the mathematical nature of their outputs. Classification deals with discrete data, values that are distinct and separate. You cannot have a half-spam email. It is either labeled 0 or 1. Regression, conversely, deals with continuous data. Here, the output can be any value within a given range, including decimals and fractions. For example, a classification model might tell you if a user will churn or stay, 0 or 1, while a regression model would predict how many months, e.g. 14.5 months, the user is likely to remain a customer. Understanding this data type is crucial because using the wrong model type will lead to nonsensical results. If you've decided on a classification task, what's in your toolbox? One of the most common is logistic regression. Despite the name, it's a classification tool used to estimate probabilities. Then we have support vector machines, SVMs, which are incredible at finding the widest possible margin between classes. For more complex data, random forests and gradient-boosted trees use wisdom of the crowd by combining many decision trees. Finally, k-nearest neighbors classifies an object based on how its neighbors are labeled. Each of these has strengths depending on whether your data is linearly separable or contains complex nonlinear relationships. When it comes to regression, linear regression is the most basic yet powerful starting point, assuming a straight-line relationship between variables. But real-world data is often messy. That is where ridge and lasso regression come in. They use regularization to prevent the model from overfitting or getting too obsessed with noise in the data. For more complex, curvy relationships, we use polynomial regression. Just like in classification, we can also use decision trees and random forests for regression, but instead of voting for a label, they average the numerical outcomes of their branches to arrive at a final prediction. Choosing the right one depends on your data's variance and bias. How do we know if our model is actually good? You can't use the same yardstick for both types. In classification, we look at accuracy, the percentage of correct guesses. However, accuracy can be lying if your classes are imbalanced, so we also use precision, recall, and the F1 score. For regression, we use error-based metrics. Mean absolute error, MAE, tells us the average distance from the truth, while root mean squared error, RMSE, penalizes large errors more heavily. There is also R-squared, which indicates how much of the variance in the data is explained by your model. Mastering these metrics is the only way to truly tune your machine learning engine. Classification is everywhere in the modern tech stack. Your email inbox uses it every second to filter spam. Financial institutions use it for fraud detection. Is this transaction legitimate or fraudulent? In healthcare, classification models analyze medical imagery to determine if a tumor is malignant or benign. Even social media platforms use multi-class classification to automatically tag your friends in photos. Whenever the outcome involves a decision, a label, or a category, classification is the silent architect behind the user experience. It turns raw, messy input into clear, actionable buckets of information. Regression is the engine of forecasting and estimation. Real estate platforms like Zillow use regression to estimate house prices based on features like location and square footage. In the energy sector, regression models predict electricity demand for the next 24 hours to optimize grid performance. Retailers use it to predict future sales trends or to determine the optimal price point for a new product to maximize revenue. Even in sports analytics, regression is used to predict a player's future performance or points per game. If your question starts with how much or how many, regression is providing the answer. So, how do you choose? It all comes down to the nature of your target variable. If you want to know which category an item belongs to, use classification. If you need to predict a specific quantity, use regression. However, remember that some problems can be framed as both. You could use regression to predict the exact probability of a customer leaving, 0.85, and then apply a threshold to classify them as high risk. As you explore deeper into neural networks and deep learning, these two concepts will remain your foundational guides. Start with your data, define your output, and the model choice will become clear. Thank you for joining this deep dive into the core of AI predictive modeling.